Hi, this is John Welker with Jerome Cerny Architects. I'm here to present video number 3 in a series, how to get going with ARCHICAD right out of the box. And if you have watched the previous videos, we worked on a floor plan and revised the floor plan, and now we're ready to start a second floor plan. And what we're going to do is I'm going to open up a PDF of that second floor idea that I sketched out for my son and daughter, and give you an idea of that's what we're planning on putting onto our project today. And I guess we'll zoom out of that a little bit. And there's that second floor plan. As you can see, we have a master bedroom here. If you're familiar with the first floor plan, over the family room, our staircase here brings us up to a kind of a T-shaped hallway. We have a bedroom out to the front over the dining room, a bedroom over this wing. Master has obviously they want a walk-in closet and master bath, and another closet and bath to serve this bedroom en suite, and the same for the one up front. So with that, we'll get ARCHICAD open here and get this stretched in. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go up and create the second floor and the second floor plate stories. Hopefully you've watched the previous ones so that you understand what I'm talking about. But we're going to go to Story Settings under Design. And we have our first floor and our first floor plate stories, if you followed along before. And what we're going to do is click on this one, the top one, and insert above. And we're going to do that twice. And we're going to go back and name the next one. This is going to be called the second floor. And then the next one we're going to name second floor plate. Again, many different ways to create your stories. This is kind of just the way I like to do it. We have a distance here from that first floor plate up to the second floor of 1 foot 3/4 of an inch. Okay, that represents a 12-inch TJI or I-joist and 3/4 inch sheathing, and that gets us to that elevation. Then we're going to input here 9 foot 2, and that's going to get us up to the second floor plate. Thus, that's the height of our second floor. And then this height that you see here under second floor plate to the next doesn't really matter at this point. We're not going to create any other stories. That just sits in there at that number. We could make it anything. Okay, so we're going to click OK. And so we've created those stories. Because I left it on that last story, it took us to that story. We'll just go back to Design, Story Settings, click on our second floor and say OK. And what you're seeing is a ghosted first floor, and what I want to point out to you is that is what we call a trace reference. Let's say it wasn't here when we started, and I will go up here to an icon, and if you follow my mouse here right under Teamwork, that icon is the trace. We can turn it on and off by just clicking on that, or we can go and select a reference. And the way I normally like to select references is, right now we're on the second floor story, and I'm wanting to look at and trace out the first floor story. So I go over to our organizer, and first floor is shown here. I right click on it and say show as a trace reference. So we can make anything here a trace reference. And so we have now our first floor to look at, and we're going to do our exterior walls based upon our PDF plan. Let's open that up again. So what I'm going to do is I want to get this box of walls, the vertical box of walls, exterior here, and then we'll add these here for that other bedroom, bath, and closet. And to do that, I want to use the same type of wall that I have on the first floor. So I'm just going to hit my Option key, and as you see, that's seeing another seeing the wall down below, and I'm going to suck up the settings for that wall. Now, the thing that we want to do is we want to set the bottom of the wall. Normally you would set it at that current story level, and thus it would be 0 here. And as a matter of fact, we're currently on the second floor plate. We don't want to be there. We want to be on the second floor. So let's, and that's always, if you're not watching carefully, you can all of a sudden start modeling on the wrong story. And in this case, we're going to just click on that one. Many ways to go back to that story. That was just one of them. All right. And so now we're set up that what we're about to draw or model is going to be on the second floor. That's called the current floor. It's at 0. We're linked to 9'2" for the height of our walls. All right. And what I want to do is I want this bottom not to start at the floor, but I actually want it to start at the top of the plate on the first floor. In other words, so we're connecting those walls on the outside. And that's where the first floor walls stop. So this would actually be a minus 12.75 inches. And that shows that the wall height has changed, but we're still tied up on top. So we're going to start there. That way our first floor and second floor walls connect. And we're going to start drawing, modeling. Right from that corner there, we want to have our box of walls set for input. And here we go. Just line it up with the corner up there and click on the bottom corner. And we've got basically our walls set up. We're going to do that again here on the wing to the right. And instead of having the box lit up, we're going to do multiple walls. Start here and drag. You see we've got the reference line on the wrong side, so we just go up there and make a quick shift on the fly. Take it all the way to this edge, down to here, and over to here, and click twice. Okay. So now we've got that set up. This isn't really going to be that type of wall, but when we change it later to a composite wall, we'll adjust accordingly so that it lines up correctly down below. And as a matter of fact, we can actually help that along a little bit right now. What we'll do is we will take that by way of a marquee tool. I'm going over to the toolbar, grabbing the marquee, putting a marquee box around that, and what I'm going to do is stretch it. And I go up to the top here to Tools and look for the Stretch tool, which is not available to me. So we go over to the Edit, Reshape, Stretch. And I'm going to show you how to put that Stretch tool up on that toolbar later on. And then we're going to come down here, and I just really want to bring it over 6 inches so it lines up with that 6-inch wall down there. So I can really click anywhere, just click, drag, go D 6 inches. And now I've got it set up for it to be double click outside that box to get rid of the box. And now I'm going to, when I change this wall to another wall later, I'll have this correctly set up. So I have the right layout here in this room, or the room to be. Okay, so we're going to come up here. We're going to hover over this outside wall. We're going to drag down D 24 feet, or just 24, and that's where we're going to have an interior wall. So we're going to go up here to Walls. Now, we don't have to click on the wall tool. We can actually literally go and suck up our wall, interior wall, from the trace reference below. Click on that, and you'll see what it's done is it's, we're still on our story, not the story we sucked it up from. Set it for 0, set it for 9'2", so we're ready to go. Really a handy thing. So we'll click on this, and over to here, and we've created that room, the master. Then we're going to create a bathroom and closet here, and a bathroom and closet over here, and something out front. Let's go take a look quickly at our layout. Looks like we wanted that wall to come straight across there, or hallway somewhere in the middle of this hallway, so we could throw in a hallway here. All right, so let's do that and put this wall in line with this wall. And I'm having to double click there because I'm in the multiple line wall. Probably the best thing to do here is we're going to be putting in individual walls, just to change the tool up here into a single wall input. And if we wanted to make that hallway the same as the one down below, which I don't remember what that was in terms of width, kind of makes sense. Let's hit the M key and just measure that 4 feet. I think that would be more than adequate for here. So we'll just get ourselves a guideline, click on it, come up here and pull down that wall. Yeah, okay, and then we're going to have some kind of hallway coming through here yet, not knowing what our depth of that is going to be, or the depth of this is going to be. So let's work our way up from that. Again, click back and look. We want a bathroom, and looks like a closet, linen closet there. So the depth of this bathroom, let's start with that and just hover over this. If we set our bathroom, let's say, is how about 10 feet in depth? Okay, that would give us a 4-foot vanity, 3 feet space for the toilet, and 3-foot space for the shower. So we'll go D, 10 feet. And let's click on that line and put in a wall, flip the reference point. If we're thinking, we would start it at the other end. And now we have that in, and let's give ourselves a hallway here. And put that wall in. All right, we'll cut that one out. And that looks okay. Let's put in a bathroom here, making it about 6 feet wide. So D6, enter, and we'll put that wall in. So that's going to be our bathroom. This is going to be our closet. And then we're also going to have another closet. Let me just check and see that I did that at 6 feet. Yeah, okay, I've got quite a bit of room here. So I'm going to hover over that, drag this down D, 2 foot 1, and I'm going to put a wall in there for the closet. Click off of that, just go from that end. And again, you know, you can run up here and flip your wall to the other side of the reference line, or just like I did, I just escaped out of the starting with the wall and went over to the other side and dragged it the other way. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Let's see what we have in terms of distance. I'm going to hit the M tool, and I'm going to click here, hold the shift key down, and come to this point, and I've got 9 feet. So that's going to work out for a depth of a bathroom and closet there. So let's take this wall, and now let's go back. I just held down my shift key, found the wall, clicked on it, dragging it down here. Okay, so I was just clicking on that point and drag away. All right, so now I've got this depth set in basic layout. Let's see, we want to create a bathroom here, so we're going to think of bathroom width. I'm going to put the closet here. Probably going to use a little of this space over here and give them a nicer bathroom. I'm going to go D, 6 feet. Yeah, make that a little more generous and go another foot. All right, let's draw a wall down there. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to put in a freestanding tub here, you know, clawfoot tub, and then put in vanities here, get myself, I'd like to get them a doorway from the bathroom into here, and then maybe possibly a door out, and I might take the door from here, move that down here somewhere. So, and put the shower and toilet in another compartment here. So let's go in and take this particular wall out by doing Command, and that hopefully we're seeing the scissors show up on the screen there. If not, I'm going over the wall and cutting the wall out. And an interesting thing I'm going to show you, you see how it cut it out from there to there? It's reading that as an intersection point, that under the trace reference. So we've really got to kind of cut it out a few times in order to get that totally out of our way. I'm going to suck up the settings for the interior wall, place it here on the corner, flip it by going up to the flip icon up above, drag it down, and put that wall into that place. Command scissors comes up, so I'm pressing down on the Command key. Scissors should be showing up on the screen, and I'm clicking on those two walls to eliminate them. And I'm going to say, if I do let's go get a tub. I do this a lot in my layouts before I start putting walls in, as I get the bathrooms laid out and see if it works the way I would like it to work. So we're going to go over to, because I don't have a tub on that lower level plan, I'm going to go over here to Object and click up here and go down to Plumbing. Well, let's see, let's just do this. Let's type in tub and let it go find it for ourselves. Still looking. There's a freestanding bathtub in even our version 18. So we're going to double click on that. We're going to look at our size. I don't really want it any wider than 3, and we're going to do something in the neighborhood of 6 feet long. 2 foot in terms of the height's fine for the moment. And we'll rotate. We don't have to rotate this, but you know, I'm gonna do that. Now it doesn't have a center point where we could put it in via center. So I probably will just leave it there, put it in on center, and then drag it over half the distance or distance of the tub. So say OK. Here's I'm looking for a special snap point. I'm seeing it pop up here, thus I know that this is incorrectly set down here. You follow my mouse down to the bottom, and I'm going to click multiple snap points, still at the half point. Now you see that come up there. So it takes it individually and gives us a center point. I'm going to click on that. That gave me the tub, and now I'm going to drag the tub over 3 feet. And thus it's centered. Looks like sort of in the room. Not quite. I'll check that out as to why. And probably pull it off that wall a little bit. And I'm looking for a hot spot. There's a hot spot. Okay, so that lit up the tub a little bit. I'm going to pull it away from the wall about 6 inches. And then I'll work to get that properly set afterwards. Let's do D. And if I take that and drag it to the wall, and if I want it centered in this room, I'm going to go D, drag this, and until I get that tick mark, I kind of let go of the shift key. I get the tick mark, bring it back, hold the shift key. Now I've got it in the center. I know it's 6 feet, so I should be able to just go Control D and drag it D 3 feet. And it should look like it's in the center. It doesn't. Well, we'll figure that out later. Okay, so that put that in for us. Now I want to get a vanity. I know down in this powder room over here I have a vanity that is 4 feet long. and I'm going to put 2 of these in. So I'm hovering over that and holding down the Alt Option key, sucking up its settings. You'll see up here it's changed the tool, to object. We've got a base and cabinet, and we've got the information up here in terms of length, width, all that sort of stuff. All that matches that there. So I'm going to pop this in at that corner. Now I had this set here for just one point insertion versus this is a 2-point basically insertion. So I'm going to back up, do undo,
it's 11 o'clock.
Change that, go to here, and now I get what I want. However, because of where that hotspot is on that tool, gave me what I got there. So what I would like to do is undo that, go to the tool, look at this. I really want to be clicking here. So I make that the hotspot, say okay. Now when I come here, I can rotate it, put it in place, and got it the way I want. I now make that, I select it, I go drag a copy, and just pick that edge and bring that down 1. And I have 2 vanities in place. Might make this for a little tight for a door, but we'll see how that develops. I'll show you later how to get rid of these lines, so this just reads all as one top with 2 sinks. So that works. Let's go ahead and put a shower and toilet in here. And so for the shower, we'll go down below here to this pool bath and suck up the settings for that shower base. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to suck them up for this corner, because then when I come to here, I'll be able to spin that in that fashion. I'm going to change tools and suck up the wall settings, and that's by hitting that Alt Option key. And click there, drag the wall straight up, and now I have my shower in place. I'm going to go suck up this toilet from the pool bath, and I'm going to put it in right here. Looks like it didn't get it. Usually sometimes you just wait for the box to come up and say you've got what you're looking for, and there it shows I've got the water closet 18. Now I suck it up. I can hover there, drag this down, D 18 inches. I get my point of insertion, spin it, and I've got my toilet in, and it's 18 inches off the wall. So now I know I'll be able to get a door in here, and this makes for kind of a nice space in front of the vanity, and that's the way we're going to come in. Tubs here. We'll see if we can get a door into there. This is going to be the master closet, and I'm going to want another door coming out somewhere here. So maybe what we'll do is we'll eliminate this wall, click and cut it out. We'll suck up wall tools, and I'm just going to estimate this right now. Let's pull it off of this wall and say down about 7 feet. D 7 feet, and then I'm going to put a wall in there, and that's where my door to the room is going to be, and that way it'll give me ability to put another door right here. So just easier to get to the walk-in closet, or have 2 ways to get to the walk-in closet. I don't like you to have to go through the bathroom all the time, but it's nice to have the convenience of a door there, and so hence that's why I've got it set up that way. I'm hoping that things are going to work out, and I might be able to put a window here, or I may end up with a skylight in this area. Not too worried about a window here, but there's certainly that possibility. Okay, so we've got that. As far as this bathroom here, we can set that bathroom up. I think we measured that. Let's do the M key and stretch down to there 10 feet. So that means a vanity, like the one that's down here. I'm going to suck that up, put it here. That works out great. For some reason it kind of strangely picked up a different point. So again, I'm going to suck up, go here, and put that in the right location. We're going to get the toilet. Let's get the shower. So we'll pick this as our insertion point of the shower. I've got that. Click here, and we've got the shower. Let's take a wall and go down here, flipping the wall. Make it 3'2", D 3-2. Note that that's a 3-foot shower, 3x5, good size. I'm a believer in large showers. And we just fill in that box of walls here. We could have made that shower even larger, but I opted not to. And then we're going to get the toilet from right down below here, suck up those settings. And I want to have that, let's see what, clicked on that by mistake. Drag this line. Another way to measure, I've got 2'10" available there. So I'm going to put 18 inches, D18, and then I'm going to put the toilet in at that spot. I had to think there for a second. Okay, so I've got that bathroom in. And that's kind of the bathroom layout I'm going for up here. So what I'm going to do is, it's not necessarily going to be all that much faster, but I'm going to select these three, right click on them, go move, drag a copy, and I'm going to grab the vanity there, put it in here like so. And now I just have them up there in relationship, but I only have 9 feet here and I had 10 down here, so I'm going to have to take that vanity and make it a foot smaller. So I'll type in that first cabinet width 3 and go enter, and that pulls that down, and then that means I can highlight this and actually highlight this, do a Control D, drag that down 1 foot. And then for that shower, I think what I'm going to do here is just make this a little thinner bathroom. Maybe I want to think about that because we have 2 kids that might want things equal, although the vanity's a little smaller. So let's leave it at that. And then I'm going to do an interior wall, suck up the wall settings, come here, pull that down, flip the reference line, and got that. And then we've got a very generous walk-in closet here, bathroom, and nice sized bedroom. So there's the quick layout of the second floor. I will install some interior doors, go over to our door tool, and actually we wouldn't even have to go over to our door tool. What we'll do is just look at our plan down below and suck up settings of a door, and that's actually getting the wall, so we're going to keep looking. Oh, there's the door. So we have a 2680 door that we just sucked up. Probably not going to be the size we're going to use everywhere, but we'll go ahead and just put that in and then change them as needed, just like this one. So I'm going to hover over get our guideline, do a D 3 inches. Now some might put this door in the center of this wall in this hallway. I'm going to put it over to the side, and I like to have as much room as I can, use that entire 4 feet for in and out, thus only having 3 inches here. Just my particular peculiarity. Again, get our guideline, D 3 inches, and we'll put this like so. Bathroom here. Oh, waiting for me to click again. All right, bathroom here again, hover over that. D 3 inches. And we need to change our insertion point. Click on that, we're in. And then I think I'll give her a door into the closet this way and see if she likes that for the children. The other option is we'd put it out here coming into the closet, or again, we could have two, but we'll see what she thinks of that. Okay, so door going into this bedroom. Zoom in a little bit so we get the right. And another, let's see, I'm not sure where we're going to put this. How about hover over that and go about D 2'4". Just get it out of the hanging area, and we're going to put that in like so. It just shows you. We might get lucky, and that might fit and work. Up here into the master bath. Again, looking for our guideline. D 3 inches. And then we're going to put another door in here. We'll keep it off of that shower. Or maybe look at it going right up against here. Kind of hate to have the straight shot at that toilet. It's not that it's a big deal, but we'll do that and discuss it with them. Over here, get the guideline, D 3 inches. Insert that door, and then again we'll give them the same door idea going into this closet from the bath as I did over there. All right, now we need a, looks like we have a pretty long, let's measure that, 10 feet long. So we can't get, putting a 6-foot bifold in there would waste some space on the sides. Let's suck up, hit the escape key. Let's suck up our door bifold down there. It's currently at 6. Let's make that a 4-footer. And do a side anchor. Let's do something where we do D 6 inches. Okay, and then we'll hover here, get our guideline again, do D 6 inches. And we have to flip our anchor point. Yeah, that works. That works. Okay, so we've got our doors in and placed. We'll start by putting windows in here. I think I'm going to repeat these windows that are on the first floor, and in doing that, that's my thoughts as to a full brick wall, 2-story in the front there. So I'm going to suck up the settings for the window, and now I note that that's a double hung window, which of course I didn't want those first floor windows to be double hung. Those will change, I guess, when we go to elevations later. So I'll go ahead and suck up the settings of that, and I'll look up top here and see that it's 2.6 wide. It's 7 foot tall, which of course not going to want in the bedroom, and the header is at 9. We're going to change the header. I think we'll take the header down to 7.6. I was going to say 8, but I know I'm going to have some other windows that I want to not be very tall. So let's say if we do this window height at 4, again we'll evaluate that more on the elevations later. But for right now, so it's 2.6 wide, 4 tall, and again that changed on us. We want to go back to 7-6. All right. So ready to go. Let's go ahead and put that in on the center of the wall here. We're getting a tick mark, which kind of matches up with the tick mark of the door down below. And there we have it. And I think what we'll do is we're going to drag a copy from the center point of that window over to the center point of the window down below. And I think we can hover on that and find it, and there it is, center of the window. We see the little check mark come up. See, if we go off of it, we don't have it, but if we're there, we're on the check mark. Lines up perfectly with the window down below. And then again, we're going to drag another one. So right click, move, drag a copy, use the center point, run it over here and find the center point of that window. And now we've got that lined up perfectly. So we're going to have 3 windows in there. Should be enough light and vent. We'll have to calculate that later, possibly making those windows a little taller to accomplish that. But for right now, we've got those 3 windows in. I'm going to do the same thing out in the dining room. I'm going to match those down below. So we'll go to center point there, just click, put that in, and now show you that since we went to the center, we don't have to go through the process of dragging one and bringing it there, although you could, like we just did. We can just go to the center point of the window down below and put in our window and click outside. Same thing here, center point, click, and we're set. Now, looks like, as I look at those 2, looks like one of them went in wrong, and if I look closely, I can see down below that there's the mold of the window down below. So we must have clicked on something incorrectly. I think the easiest way to correct it is just take it and drag it, so Command D, and put it there. And now we're matching the windows down below because we can't even see them. Okay, I think I want to have more windows in there. We're not going to match this window here because we're going to have a roof over that entry. So I think we'll go to match this window here. So again, we'll do Command, we'll go find that window, we'll suck it up and find the center point for down below. There it is. So we have 2 things there, the check mark showing us that we're on the center of the window down below, and the little light or sun showing us the exterior. And we're going to click on that and click outside, and there's our window. So remember, we had a very large mullion that we created for that window down below. Well, now we're matching it up again. That might not be the right height that we're going to want, and again, it isn't. I neglected to change that header. So I've gone up here to the header, actually to the height of the window, and I'm changing that to 4 feet. And then I'm going to the header and changing that to 7-6. Okay, now these windows went in correctly because I used these windows, but here I sucked up from down below and I neglected to go and change those settings. So we've changed the settings, and that now is 5'6" wide, 4 foot tall, and the header's at 7'6", and we're good there. Now on a single window basis, possibly, I don't know the exterior look here. Kind of looks like if we have a door conflicting with a window here, that's probably not a good situation. Potentially a window here. Let's suck up these settings and just hover over here and see that if we were to put a window in like such, let's give them one there for the moment, and we can look at our exterior and debate whether we like that going on. One thing that we didn't do when we set those doors, I was just thinking, is we didn't set the doors sizes correctly. I like going into the master, I like that to be a 3-foot door. Now we set it by this side, so it's just going to expand the door one way when we change this up here top to 3 foot, or just type in 3. So you see the door stayed within that 3 inches, and it expanded it to the other side. Again, like to do that for all the doors going into bedrooms. So I'm trying to find that hot spot there for that door. Lights up, and we'll go ahead and grab the other door going into this bedroom, and we'll change both at the same time. Could have done all 3 at the same time. So those doors are now 3-footers, and that's better. These are 2 6s going into the bathrooms. which are fine. We have 2 6s going into closets. Potentially might cut those down to 2 4. Certainly, like let's say in this situation, but for now we'll leave them as is. Okay, back to our windows master here. We have again that chimney from down below. These walls here should be showing up, and the reason they aren't is because they are set to be shown on the home story only. Okay, so what we'll do is go back to the first floor. We're going to highlight all 4 of those walls, and we're going to go up here to the top and go floor plan and section. We're going to click on that. We're going to see show on stories. It says home story only. Okay, click on this and say all relevant stories. So any story that those walls go through, they will show up. All right, so we click on that, click off of that, click off of that, go up to the second floor, and there our walls are there. So we'll use the command key, go in and cut that wall out in between, and we would like to put that fireplace in because they'd like a fireplace in their master. So we're going to hover over till we find the object fireplace. We're going to suck up its settings. We're going to come right back to that point, and we're going to spin it. And why it's not sucking up the right settings so that it would be placed in the center, I don't know, but we'll do a Control D rather than click out of it and try to figure out why, and go back here, find the center point, click in, and it's in place. So sometimes you want to find out why you did something and you go back and understand it. Other times you just want to get something done, so usually is a click and drag something. So you just go ahead and do that. All right, now what we're going to do here in this family room, or the master bedroom over the family room, is they want to have the master bed is going to be on this wall down here, and we're going to put a ribbon of windows around to about here, and same thing on this side, and we're going to have a corner window that's going to be a corner window with a glass, actually corner. And to do that, we're going over to our toolbar on this side, and we're going to go under more, and we're going to look for corner window. And if it isn't already set to fixed 18 on yours, if you are following along, we'll click on the settings here and show that it normally automatically takes you to fixed windows for a corner window. It doesn't have to be, but that's where mine was. It might be because I set it that way a while back and just didn't realize it. But anyhow, we're going to have a fixed window, and we're going to put that in. We could set casings, we could set stool, and that it really doesn't matter. Probably the only thing I would set here is a brick veneer setup, because we're currently in brick veneer. And excuse me. That way we're really kind of ready to go. We'll set our sizes here, and we're going to set it at 3 foot wide and 3 foot tall and a 7'6" header. So that means that our sill is going to be at 4'6". So when somebody's standing here, they're still have privacy, and they can look out the window and see the view to the countryside in this particular case. So we're going to take our mouse, and we're going to come over here for a corner window, and it automatically jumps to that corner of that wall because it's reading it's the closest corner. And I'm going to click on that and click on that, and there we have our window. Now, if you're following along and that didn't work and didn't happen for you, there's a setting for the windows that you need to set, and we'll go under custom settings here. So the USA settings, custom settings, general settings, and come down here to gosh, I believe it is, and we'll just scroll down this way. There it is. Okay, under the custom corner, the connection type is glass. You have the option to be frame and a corner column as well. So you have to have glass set for that corner to happen. And you have to be using fixed glass. If you were using a cased or a casement window that was operable, that would not allow you to pick glass corner. You could only pick the other two options. So just a note on that. So okay, and we've put that one in place. Now we'd like to do another 3x3 window and have it be operating. So what I'm going to do is click on this. I'm going to look for casement windows. I'm going to look for my one casement window. Just pull this down a little bit. So here's my one casement window, number 18. I have not selected it yet. I'm going to inject the same settings. And so that is set up for the same width, same height, same brick veneer. And I'm going to say OK. And now what I'm going to do is insert this. And I really want to keep these very close, very tight together. And so consequently, I'm going to try to set it there and it won't read that. In fact, I think it's reading that we're in the corner. We are. We need to change to the window tool and go to casement window and just click on the casement window and say OK, and then we're going to go up here and set those. So by injecting what we did there, we also injected the corner aspect, the custom corner aspect, and we of course don't want that. We're just putting in a single window. So we have 3x3 by and 7'6" head height, and we're ready to go. So there it is, going in on center. I'm going to set it with this corner, and I'm going to set our setting points together. Click on the outside, and for whatever reason, that's probably because we're going to click on that window, and something I didn't set that we had set on other windows was this 2D level, and this is by model view only, model view override. We don't want that. We want it set to detailed like we were setting the other windows on that first floor. Say OK, and then we get a window that makes sense, looks like it's correct. Now what we need to do here is, in order to get rid of this little bit of wall line, is select that window. I'm having a hard time grabbing it. We've got some sill issues going on that we'll have to actually set to, so might as well look at those. We're going to look at a few things. So first we'll go back, open that window up, and we're going to change that to a brick veneer wall. And then we're also going to go into nominal sizes and tolerances, and we're going to get rid of the rough opening dimensions by not showing anything larger for the rough opening. Shim space is one some might call it. So I've done that because I want to run those all together. And then on our sills, we're going to go down here to sill and stool settings. We're going to click on sill. We're going to click on stool. Now we don't necessarily know what the corner window was set for, so we're just going to say OK, and we'll see what that does for us and if we like it, and we do. So what we want to do is then drag this. We'll zoom in a little bit, show you that I want to drag that to here, and that will bring those two together. Not sure right yet how to get rid of that line. That might be a ganging issue where we say we want to gang a window to another window. In fact, as long as we're at it, let's click on that window, and let's go here and look for ganging, and I think that's under general settings, and there's ganging. That's when we put windows together and want their sills to run together or their casing not to overlap. So I believe this is from viewing from the outside, and we'd want to gang it on the right in this particular case. Let's see if my memory is correct. Say okay, and it is, and that's cleaned that up. So that in fact was what we wanted to do. Now we want to run a few windows along here, and in order to do that, we're going to set the first one here, and that would have the setup of this window. So we have that window, and the only thing we'd want to change is we'd want to have it so it's ganging on both sides here, all except the last one down here. So what I think I'm going to do is open that up, click on both of those, and you see for ganging, say okay. Then I'm going to come in here in a tight fashion and zoom wise and click on that and insert. Looks like things are ganging up and cleaning up nicely there. And I'm going to take it, and I think I want to have something in the neighborhood of down to about here. And if we did that in 3-foot multiples, I'm going to click off of that for a minute. We use the measure tool, and every 3 feet. So there's 2, there's 3 windows, there's 4 windows. That would get us there. So probably want to drag 3 down, and then the last one we have to change the ganging on. So I'll hold down the shift key, select that. I'm going to right click it. I'm going to go move, multiply, and I want 3 of them, and we're going to go by increment, and I'm going to say okay. So what we, grab the wall instead. Didn't want to do that. So let's take that window, we'll right click it, we'll say move, multiply, 3 of them incrementally. So we're going to set the distance, and then it's going to set 3 of them at that distance. So we'll zoom in here very closely and grab one of these hotspots and drag that down to here. Now you see how you got to have all those multiple lines. Those are the other windows going, and we're going to do 3 feet, and then it's going to put all the others at 3 feet, and that should meld them all together, and it does, and that looks pretty good. And then the last one here, we want to have the setting like this, where we have ganging on one side but not ganged on the other. Easy way to do that, kind of suck up the settings there, and we're going to come down here, look to install at that anchor point, find that point, and now the difference here being is if we take this mouse and go up, our ganging is going to be on that side, and if we come down here, our ganging will be on that side. Well, obviously we want it on this side. Click here, and so we've got a good ending there and a good connection there, and we have this ribbon window with a corner window set up like so. Now, we can't take windows, or at least I'm not aware of, we can't take windows and mirror them into another wall. They just don't let us do that. So what we could do here is we can do a couple different things. You know, we can copy the windows, suck up it, click over here, put it in place, you know, reasonably quickly. The other would be we could take this wall and take this wall and maybe just cut it at a particular point and then mirror those 2 walls with the windows in it on the center point of the room, fireplace, and thereby flip it over here. Now the thing is we'd have these walls still to contend with. We'd want to get rid of those. So I'm going to try that and show you how that might work. And so initially I'm going to say, well, that means I want to get rid of that wall. I don't want to get rid of this entire wall. I just want to get rid of it to a point. So I think what I'll do is just drag a guideline to here, and then say I want to split this wall and this wall. So I'm going to do that by highlighting the wall, highlighting or making hot or selecting, that wall. So I have those two walls selected. I'm going to go up here to the split tool. That's the tomahawk up here. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to come down here and click on my guideline, and I'm going to click on the top side of it. And what it's done is it's split both walls at the same points. Okay, so that gives me the ability to then take this wall and delete it. All right, I can take this wall and this wall with the windows in it and do a right click, move, mirror a copy, find the center of that wall, and you see it coming around, mirroring it, and click it like so. And now I've got all the windows. They're exact matches of this side, fit in perfectly. And, again, just another way of trying to do things fast, trying to make things the same. And again, many, many ways that you can go about doing that. But that's one. Now we're going to go over to the staircase, and I have an idea to sort of make this a tower, if you will, that's going to sit on top of this hip roof that I'm going to end up putting over the living room, and then try to get some high ribbon windows in both the front and back of the staircase. So I'm going to use I'm going to suck up an exterior wall. Probably won't be a brick veneer wall, maybe a stucco wall or a framed wall. So I'm going to make that a little narrower, like 6 inches. So we're going to go up top here and just change that to 6 inches. And then I'm not going to worry about its height in terms of where it's going to sit. It'll set on these rafters coming along here. We'll look at that when we look at a couple sections later. But for now, for floor plan purposes, I'm going to put this on multi-wall, and I'm going to click here, flip that to the outside, and click like so, just finding the hot spots of the corner of the staircase as a reference point for right now. And I put in those walls. Doesn't look like that one kind of went where I wanted it to, so I'm just going to undo the whole thing and click there, down here at the bottom of the stair, and then back to the wall there 2 times to end it. And then I'm going to select this ribbon wall or ribbon window in the master, and I use this one of the center ones. And I'm going to find the center of this, use the center insertion point, and click on that and click outside. And then I want 2 more, but I'm going to want N-type units. So I'm going to go up to the top here. I'm clicking on that last window, and then I'm going to come back down here with a side anchor point. I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to click there and click that for the ganging side. Change the anchor point, come over here, click there, and it didn't click in there for some reason, and click that, and I've got the ribbon window set up. On the center of outside there, there is no really center on the inside. It looks like that window or that whole wall moved a little bit on me in terms of setup. I'm just going to go in and correct that right off the bat just by clicking on the wall, going Control D, and I'm going to drag that down to that point there. Now, because I didn't stretch it, the 2 walls went apart, I'm just going to highlight both walls and go up to the top here, and under this is the intersect walls, and I'll intersect the walls. That automatically brings them together. So again, you know, that's got the window set in place. We've got a wall with a center point. You know, we already drew this wall in. Again, for speed and accuracy, I'm going to delete that wall. I'm going to go up and take this wall. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go drag, not drag. I want to mirror a copy. I'm going to find the center point out here. And then I'm going to just whip that around like so. And that found me the center point on the outside. Not quite what I wanted. Actually, I think it might be interpreting this cabinet down below. It didn't give me actually the center of the wall. Let's do this. Let's change down at the bottom, change to our halfway point. We're going to undo what we just did in terms of mirroring. And if I hover on this, this will give me a center. I think we'll try that center point. Let's do move, mirror a copy, go over to that point. That looks pretty close to center of that staircase too, so that's probably going to be what works best for us. Flip that, and there we go. So we've got the windows the same, matches perfectly, and a quick insertion. And so that's going to be something that's going to sit basically up on the rafters that are going to frame out this cathedral ceiling here in the living room. And we'll have some interesting structure to deal with there, but could be good. Now, one thing I didn't do is this wall is continuous through here, and it wouldn't be. So what I'm going to do is, and the stairs actually interrupted it. I'm going to highlight that wall. I'm going to go get the split tool, tomahawk up here at the very top, right near the help. Click on that, and then I'm going to come down here, zoom in a little bit, and you see I'm just going to click on that point, like so, highlight going down. That keeps this wall still selected. Go back up, get the split tool again, zoom in here, click on that point right there, drag that so it knows which way I want to split. The eyeball goes up, and that keeps that wall highlighted, and then I go delete, and I get rid of that wall there. So we actually have a good corner. If you can see closely, you might see that very faint line in there. I don't know if that comes through in the video or not. But we fixed or designed the stair enclosure, and the stair's sitting there, and so we'll be ready to just put our flooring in, in terms of our fills. Well, most of our floor is going to be, in terms of fill, going to be carpet. So what we'll do is go to fills, and again, a way we can go to fills quickly is just to look for the fill down below, and that's reading a wall. So we'll hit the tab key and see if we can just tab to different. There's our fill pattern, and we'll suck that up, and then we'll just go in and change it and make that. Let's look for carpet stipple light. So that's just some level of stipple, and like I said, because it's almost the entire floor, let's just click here down at the bottom and drag this box up to here like so, and click on that, and then we have a direction set, which doesn't really matter when it comes to carpet, but because we sucked up the wood floor, it had a setting for direction. So we'll just give it a vertical direction, and there we have our fill for the carpet. And what we'll now do is just take it and find a corner hotspot, select it, and then we're going to drag it into this area, and we'll do that by just adding some handles like so. So we just clicked on that edge. You see the Mercedes come up, hopefully showing up on video, and we're going to do it again down at this corner, and we'll find that looking for that corner point, and then we'll grab that edge, change it to the edge, and drag that over to this wall. And now we've got that entire, so the areas that won't have that would be the bathrooms. So what we'll do on the bathrooms is just, while this is still selected, we're going to put another box in here, and what that does is cut a hole in for us. And we're going to do another box in here, and actually we'll just drag it all the way through, so we'll get both of those bathroom areas. And then I think the same thing will apply to this bathroom area. And so we've gotten rid of the flooring in those areas. And now we'd say, all right, click off of that, and let's just change and go to something else. So let's do how about a 6-inch grid? And we'll click here like so, and like so in the bathroom. And again, we run the direction that way. We'll do the same thing for this bathroom. And we'll do the same thing for this bathroom area. Now in the master, I think I'd like to go to something larger like a 12, and I think we'll also put it on a 45. I'm going to drag that in like so, grab this on a 45, and we've got our tile in like that. We're going to do some room names, and again, easiest way is go down and suck up the settings of the living room. So we're right over here by the living room, see it below. We click on that, and now we've got that tool, and we've got the settings for that room title. We'll come up here, double click in the center, and type in the master bedroom. Down here to the next bedroom, we'll call that bedroom 1. And we'll call this one, we've got our second floor, looking good. So if we go over to organizer and we see, there's the highlighted second floor in the view, and we want to right click over here on layouts and find, we have a first floor plan, and then we have a roof plan, but we don't have a second floor plan set up. So what we'll do is go down here to the bottom of that area, and to this is create a new layout. You'll see that come up, and there's the new layout. We're going to call it second floor. Say create. We did. It put it in this location. We really want it right after the first floor. So we'll just, as it's highlighted, we'll just take it and drag it up here. And there we are. We take the second floor plan here, click on it one time, drag it over, drop it onto that sheet. Double click the sheet. There it is. And we'll just get it highlighted. What I think we're going to do here is pull those in just so we don't see the elevation markers. If you recall, we did that before on the first floor. And down below here, we're going to pull that up to there. That fits in nicely. It's named the second floor. We actually would like that to, well, I guess we can leave that as second floor. I mean, if we wanted to change it, we could change the naming. If you recall how we did that, right click on that, rename, and type that out as, and you'll see it change instantly. Just click off of it. You've got it on the page. You can see our test ARCHICAD. It's brought that in. We didn't make all the other changes yet as far as the template, but wanted to show you how we can get that second floor onto a sheet and get it out the door to our client. Hope you learned something with this video, and we'll see you on the next one where we'll work on roofs, maybe even get into elevations at that point. Thanks for watching.